Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube video where we follow all things Janelli, because this is my channel, all things Janelli. Thank you so much for all the support on my previous videos that I've just posted and my shorts. I'm really happy with how my YouTube videos are going down with everybody right now, and I've decided to post another one, which is my weekly setup for my monthly bullet journal, and this is the month of August. So it comes to that time of the year where it is summer break here in the UK. I'm a primary school teacher, and I thought that I would talk about the tea with teaching in primary. And I wanted to do this in a future video when I was doing some more stuff to do with my classroom or making stuff or whatever I was doing. But I thought it would be good to share in this video because I don't really have much to talk about in terms of my week, because I am on summer break. So I'm just kind of chilling, just getting my kind of strength back. I think a lot of people in other professions don't realize how draining teaching actually is, and how much you kind of reel back after 6-7 weeks of teaching, and how much time you need to kind of recover, which is why I feel like, well, in the year, if you're not a teacher, you probably don't know this, but in the year you have like a week or 2 weeks after every 6 week or 7 week spiel of teaching. So every term is like 6 to 7 weeks, and every time it comes around to that time you have a week or 2 weeks off. So in the UK we have October half term, which is 1 week, and then we have Christmas, which is about 2 weeks, and then we have then it's New Year's, and then you come back for another 6 to 7 weeks, and then we have Easter, which is about 3 weeks, and then from Easter you go all the way until summer. But you do have like a couple bank holidays and things like that. You have a week off in May, and then you go all the way to summer, which is about 6-7 weeks as well. And then you have a 6-week break, and then you come back in September. A lot of the times where children are off school, there are times where teachers are still in school. So like inset days in summer, you might want to go in and sort out your classroom. And things like that you might want to set up, because we aren't given a lot of time to do our classrooms. We aren't given a lot of time to prep lessons and stuff like that. So that's why, if you are someone who's seen the striking and how like opinionated teachers are about striking, this is kind of why, because you kind of give everything to your job, and then you only have like a week or 2 weeks off, and then you have to go right back into it. And then even if you're off, you're still doing work, like you're still planning lessons, because you don't have much time to plan lessons. So another thing, number 2, is that you actually don't get enough time to plan lessons. So every single week teachers get what we call PPA, and that's for you to plan, prepare and assess basically. And you can do like a multitude of different things on this time, but it's mainly for planning, like lesson planning. And obviously if you're a primary school teacher, you teach every single lesson. Depends on your school, but you might not teach PE, you might not teach music, but you're most likely going to teach everything else. So that's like English, maths, science, history, geography, RE, PSHE, just to say the least. And English is reading and writing, so that's 2 different subjects as well. And then you might teach art as well, you know, so you don't really know. It depends on the school. Some schools have specialist teachers, like might have an art teacher or a science teacher or a PE teacher. We had a French teacher and a PE teacher in my school, so I don't have to teach a language, and I didn't have to teach PE. In my previous job I had to teach PE, but I didn't teach music or art. So it just depends on the school, but you only get 2 hours a week to do your planning for the week after or the week of. So you have to plan all of those lessons. So if you think about it, you might be doing work on the weekend, you might be doing work after school, you might be doing work before school, and then there's other things about teaching that you're expected to do, like marking books. I know that a lot of schools have kind of thought about teacher workload and decided, you know what, we're not going to do that. We're not going to mark every single piece of work. We're going to have like specific books that we mark and other books that we don't. I was kind of unfortunate in that way. I work in a school where they wanted us to mark every single book. and that was really hard for my work-life balance, and I think that's mainly why I struggled mostly this year. But I had a really good time. This is very different to my previous videos about teaching, because I have in the past been from one school to another school, but this year I'm staying in my same school. Yay! Another good thing about teaching though is you make really good relationships with the children, and you make really good relationships with your staff. I'm really lucky that I got on really well with everyone I worked with this year, and I really do class them as lifelong friends. So I'm lucky in that situation. But as you know, for my previous job and my previous things I've said on this channel, it was very difficult, which is why I did change schools. But I'm really happy with where I'm at right now, and I am really happy to say I'm staying in that school, and I've really enjoyed teaching this year. Even though there is a lot of negatives about teaching, there is so much to love about it. It's very rewarding. I really like teaching the children. I really like building this relationship with them, and I feel like I'm making a difference every single day, because you are to those children that point of call, the person that cares about them. You might be their only safe option and things like that, and I've really seen that this year, and I've really loved my class this year as well. I've been really lucky with my class this year, and how well I got on with them, and how much I really care about them. And obviously I was a year 5 teacher, so they've gone off to year 6, but I'm really happy that I'm still able to see them as well, which is really nice. But I've kind of said about the good and the bad about teaching, and if you're someone who's going to be training to be a teacher, or you are someone who's already a teacher watching this, I think you can just agree how hard of a job it is, and that's why I'm kind of doing all the things that I really like to do now, because I've kind of neglected that during the year. But thank you so much to everyone who has followed my journey on YouTube, and I have so much more videos to show you. And if you would like anything related to teaching, or you are someone who's a little bit struggling, you can message me and talk to me about it. I'm really open to help teachers, because I know there's a lot of teachers leaving the profession, and I just really want to help people and, you know, make it a really good experience for everyone, because I know how bad of an experience you can have. So, and if you've kind of got to this part of the video, this is the end of the video. I'm just finishing my last touches on my bullet journal. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's more of a chattier one than usual, but I thought I'd give a little bit of insight into my job and why I don't post as much as I usually do. But I am going to try to be as flexible as possible and continue to post a lot like I love to do. So thank you so much. If you're a returning subscriber, if you're new, make sure you subscribe, like and comment down below what you would like to see next. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.